Greetings everybody, welcome to G4G on YouTube. Today we're going to take a look at Marvel Future Revolution by Netmarble. I am Napalm Dawn. Sorry I don't have any MAA Beta 4 news for you, but that will come when the dev is good and ready to get some information out there. So, Marvel Future Revolution has sort of escaped me for a little bit in terms of doing a video on it. Mostly because my Bluestacks, this one right over here, when I was trying to install it on Bluestacks, it would throw up the error that basically told me Marvel Future Revolution was looking for a certain Android OS that my normal Bluestacks was not giving it. So for example, if you want something that wants Nougat or higher, or Marshmallow or higher, but you're running Lollipop or KitKat, there are certain errors Android apps throw when you go and install them. That's what I thought I was reading. Well, it turns out, even when I updated my older Bluestacks, it still wasn't working, but enough people were saying, well, I'm running it on the PC. In a previous video, when I was talking about Marvel's Avengers, I had somebody say that they quit Marvel's Avengers to play Revolution because they're doing it on their PC and getting a full gaming experience out of it. And I'm like, alright, I've been holding off doing a video on the game, like from my tablet or phone, so that I can try and see if I can get it for Bluestacks, especially when I'm hearing people talk about it on PC. Turns out if you get Bluestacks 5, you can do it. So here's what you need to do. If you've been struggling to get Future Revolution going on a PC rather than a phone or a tablet or something similar, what you need to do is go to the Bluestacks website and download Bluestacks 5. When you're given the choice of whether or not you want the 32-bit or the 64-bit version, you want to grab the one that says 64-bit. You'll know you have the right Bluestacks if the one that you get has this little kind of lightning bolt on it, rather than just the flat set of stacks over there. Haha, Bluestacks, stacks. Get it? So anyway, you'll notice up here that my Bluestacks is 5.1.0 N64. No, that's not a Nintendo 64. That is Nougat 64-bit. So Android Nougat, which is N 64-bit. Once you have that installed, then you can go ahead and install Future Revolution from a site like Up to Down or APK Pure. Things like that. However you get the APK, you can now actually get it installed. Before you run the game, but after you install it, one of the things you're going to need to do is to go on the Play Store and get a free VPN app. If you happen to have a VPN that also has an Android app like Nord, that you see in a lot of YouTube videos and everything, where content creators will hawk like Ridge Wallet or NordVPN and everything, that's great. But get yourself a VPN, either paid or free, that will allow you to get a Canadian VPN. You'll see that through VPN Super, I am connected to Canada 10 as my VPN. That, until the game goes live, is what you need to do, is get a Canadian VPN. And then from there, you can proceed with Future Revolution after you have it installed. You do not need to be on the VPN to actually install it, but you do need to be on a Canadian VPN once you launch it for the first time. Now, some people have said, okay, I've seen this in the Future Revolution unofficial Facebook group that I'm part of. Well, what's going to happen when it goes live? What's going to happen when it goes global? Is my progress going to be retained and everything? Blah, blah, blah. The answer is yes, because this isn't a beta that might face a beta wipe or an alpha wipe or something. This just happens to be a current limited release across the globe, and Canada is one of the areas where you can currently play it. If you play through a VPN, your Google data is your Google data. It doesn't matter how you are creating your data in the cloud, as long as that you are hitting your Google Play login, it doesn't matter. I mean, if it is available in Australia right now and you were going through an Australian VPN, it still doesn't matter when the game goes live if you are in a country where it is not live currently. So if it's not available in the US or the Philippines or Brazil or Mexico, if you do this trick, you're still going to be perfectly fine when it's actually available everywhere. There is no sign that the game will have a limited release similar to Marvel Super War or Marvel Duel. Both of those, you're going to have to get the APK outside of normal means. However, you don't need a VPN once you get going, and we may never see, and likely will never see, a global release of those two games. This one is going to have a global release. No, you're not going to need to do anything special when it gets globally released. The only thing you can do then is just uninstall the VPN app, and you don't have to worry about it or the ads that it gives you. When you get to this screen, you are going to have, some options like the option screen over here where you can set your graphics and the device. Effect display, a lot of people have found the effects to be very, very intense in this game, so maybe just me will help them. You have a few things over here. Of course, because this is a very good PC, everything is on high at the moment. This Omega flight button, don't be tempted to hit it. It's very easy to kind of get stuck at a loop hitting this. This is your server that you're logging into. When it says tap the screen, it really kind of means anywhere other than where there were buttons. Because what happens is every single time I come to the screen, it's like tap the screen. I hit this because it's like what I'm used to with my PC MMOs like World of Warcraft and everything. And it always comes over here and I'm like, yeah, okay, Omega Flight, that's a server I'm on. Yes, I know that's my server. Just don't be stupid like me and just go ahead and click it anywhere on the screen and you'll get going. When you're first trying to come up to the game, you will do this little Star-Lord Flappy Bird game. Oh, I hate that Yondu. That Yondu is ridiculous. Look at this face. That looks like a whole lot of space inbreeding right there. It looks like Mickey Rooney and Yondu had a fucked up inbred baby. I mean, this is a horrifying face. This is awful. Like, Rocket is great, and Rocket looks like 95% the movie, if maybe not 98% the movie. This looks like an unholy abomination. This is terrible. There's Cap, Nick Fury's secret missions, a Baby Groot event, costumes. I mean, really good looking Storm costume there. Interesting Spider-Man Noir. I mean, where I'm used to Spider-Man Noir the most is obviously Into the Spider-Verse and Marvel Avengers Alliance. This looks way more like mechanical, like not leathery or cloth, but like that actually looks like tin up here, so that's a weird look. This looks very movie-ish, and that's been some people's point about this game, is that Marvel's Avengers, behind a AAA studio of Crystal Dynamics and Squeenix, can't produce good skins and good looks, and here comes Future Revolution. And, maybe that's not Scarlett Johansson. And really, it's not quite her likeness, but it is the character's likeness in the movie. And it's like spot on. And that's like a great Hydra cap, too. So this is one of the reasons why people are kind of beginning to shift a bit. So I picked Doctor Strange as my initial character. He's currently level 5. And I have a whole bunch of gifts that I haven't accepted yet because I kind of wanted to do it on a video. So for the hell of it, I'm going to grab my Razer Wolverine Ultimate Xbox pad that's connected just to see. Alright, well, it's not doing anything in the game. I thought it might, Because sometimes Bluestacks is like, hey, you've got a gamepad connected. I can work with that. I'll do stuff. Looks like it's not. So I'm going to put the gamepad down. And you'll see here, even with the VPN, my ping is only 102. That's actually very good. Maybe back in the days of UT 2K4 99, that ping would be a little high. It'd sort of be like an East Coaster connecting to Texas, potentially Arizona-ish, but that's still pretty solid for a game like this. This is the main hub, and WASD is my movement controls, and then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be the abilities. Space is my action / basic attack, and so on and so forth. Bluestacks already has a pretty good command scheme. M is map, just like you would expect out of a RPG. Now, something that I kind of was a little disappointed in is this auto routing. But then again, if you're on a weaker device and there's a lot of people around you and things are choppy, the auto routing isn't too bad. I'll explain why I'm disappointed in it. This channel wasn't just built on Marvel Avengers Alliance content. It's part of my most popular things, but it has many, many games that are featured on the channel. World of Warcraft. I always like to dally in beta games and everything, and there was a long period of time before MAA, and actually why I got into MAA, where it was just sticking my head into a lot of beta RPGs and MMOs and everything. Loader at the time, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, Vindictus, Rift. There is a certain style to Asian MMOs that are easily recognizable, and as you can see in this hub, the font, the placement of the tags, the nameplates and everything, it has that look. The way they overlap each other when people are standing on top of each other. If this was an MMO, you'd actually see like bunches of people trying to spam currency links that are most likely going to hack you. I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Bearing that in mind, this has that look, and one of the features you often run into, whether it's an actual AAA title, or a free-to-play game, or a mobile game, or a Flash / Facebook game, auto-routing. Like when you click on a quest and your character just starts running towards it. It's one of those features in that kind of an MMO that I don't like. It's in this game, but at least it's kind of a little bit more obtrusive, that you have to go into the map and you have to click the thing to engage it, rather than just clicking it on the sidebar and having it go. I will say the game features a lot of common voice talent that we are used to with Marvel games. This Tony Stark is a Tony Stark that we've heard before. Doctor Strange is the same Doctor Strange as Marvel Duel, aka Illidan from World of Warcraft. I was playing Marvel Duel. I play Marvel Duel like really, really late during my day. Often as I'm going to bed, I'm just kind of sitting in bed with my tablet and I'm playing it, and my girlfriend constantly, whenever Doctor Strange is my hero, is like, the hell is Illidan doing on your tablet? So, yeah, again, the voice actor behind Doctor Strange from Marvel Duel reprises his role. Widow, I think, sounds like Laura Bailey again, which is fairly common. That is Widow from Marvel's Avengers. But, yeah, the voice work is really good in this. And as you can see here, this is almost console quality, if not maybe like free-to-play PC or free-to-play console quality. This is a good game so far, and there's been a lot of positive press that I'm getting about this game. Realm of Champions by Kabam, who does Contest of Champions, not always as much. Like, that game is getting picked apart a little bit. Low player count, bots, inability to go further because it's always like, I have bots, but I'm fighting claned people together. This game, everybody's giving it praise. Everything that I see about it is praise, good, like it, you know. Some people are concerned with the monetization, but it's always been positive. So here's a login event that we're going through right now. My god, what a pile of mutants this is. This is Hills Have Eyes, people. I am sorry. This is like desert radioactive Fallout 1950s A-bomb testing mutant peep. That is really scary. Fury secret mission, which I've got some progress there. A level up event. I mean, you look at these, like, this cap is amazing compared to Marvel's Avengers cap. I look at this cap and I have no qualms with it. The helmet is the right shape. The wings and the A are the right shape in it. I'm sure the shield is patterned correctly. That Black Widow is recognizable. That Doctor Strange is amazing. That Iron Man looks good. That Storm looks good. Kind of hate the Captain Marvel hair, but like, everybody here, you look at it and go, wow, okay, that's the people, not some weird uncanny village of the damned kind of representation of it. And that's why some people are leaving Marvel's Avengers for this game. Baby Groot's got enhancing costumes. Rocket Raccoon is a daily check-in. And there's also a monthly check-in. So this looks a lot like Marvel Future Fight. If you're familiar with that game, you are 3/4 familiar with this. Here's kind of what the shop looks like. These future memberships, these are daily rewards. I have one of them, not this $26 one, but it's a little bit cheaper than that. There's a $45 Avengers Endgame Doctor Strange, but a whole big bundle. A monthly Omega bundle. Xanderth for gems, monthly cores. So, you know, your fairly standard shop, some decent prices. Ah, here it is. Monthly costume bundle. This is what I have. For about $9. I figured, you know, why not? Some kind of a card drawer over here, which it looks like I have the ability to do, but haven't tried, so let's try it. That's a good looking rocket. I mean, what can I say? Like, seeing this on a PC is obviously going to be higher quality than a lot of mobile devices. But, like, damn, that's good texture work on Rocket's face. I mean, like, if I downloaded this for free or for, like, under $20 on a console, you know, I think I would be happy with it, to be honest. I would not be complaining about what I've seen so far. I think this is kind of like Future Fight's comic cards. It seems like a lot of Marvel games, even Marvel's Avengers, kind of pull into the whole comic tie-in through cards. You have perks, daily perks, plate perks, bundles, including a Fear Itself costume, which actually looks pretty good. Consumables, like your med kits. Tokens, which seem to be friendship tokens. I don't have any friends because I'm a big fat loser. I'm just kidding. I haven't been in the game enough to make friends, although some people have already started offering. Draw a costume from the shop has been purchased, so I'll claim that. That is some Omega points. I should have my pre-registration stuff around here. Let's see. It's a costume, Omega cards. Ah, here it is. So let's use this and see what we get. Oh, a Defender's outfit. So I'm going to look like... Oh man, I'm gonna look like Venture Brothers, aren't I? So when you do the costumes, you can go over here and hit customize. And as you can see, I've got a couple looks already. So this is the default look that I had. This was a drop that I got last night. And this is his Defender's look, which really makes him look like the friendly neighbor wizard in Venture Brothers, whose name I forget. Um, the one who has the daughter that the boys like. But, so I think I would actually stick with this one, because, I mean, I don't get to see this outfit. We've seen this outfit plenty in games that Doctor Strange has been in, so I'm going to go with that. I can switch around the pants a little bit. I'm going to stay with the darker ones. Weird gloves. I mean, this looks like, the Emerald Archer guy from DC Comics, the guy who's kind of like Hawkeye. I don't think the green fits. The blue fits with some of the other outfits that I have, but the red looks too clownish, looks too wrestler-ish. I'm going to stay with the, this black, this pair right here. And boots are pretty good. It either looks like kind of a Taskmaster boot or just a classic one. And now I made a favorite out of it. So this is kind of what my outfit so far for Doctor Strange looks like. These badges, as you open up these slots, do things like add to your attack or add to your defense. You can only wear so many badges at a time. It's sort of like ISO. If you gotta go talk to somebody, your main action button turns into a little conversation bubble. So this game really kind of walks a fine line between what you know of Netmarble and what Marvel Future Fight looks like. And it also kind of, I mean, it really borders onto Marvel Heroes, which is good because a lot of people fondly remember Marvel Heroes. Having, where am I going? I don't want to go to the workshop. I can't use the workshop. What are you doing? Doctor Strange, you're drunk. So you can shift the camera around, by the way. Purple beams from the sky are usually an indicator like, hey, go over here. You're going to have somebody to talk to. I'm just going to skip this stuff now to see if I can get you guys into some actual action here. Like, I don't know why I'm auto-running the moment I bring the map up. But, you know, in a game like this, I actually don't mind the auto-running, because mobile games, they're not always your primary game. You know what I mean? PC games, console games, they're the ones who seem like primary games to me. Mobile ones are kind of like side games, secondary games. Shortcuts to move through mobile games quicker is always good, so if I could be cooking dinner and tap on the map and say, like, okay, like, I want to go to that person and have my Doctor Strange fly there while I'm maybe washing some dishes or doing some dinner or, you know, playing like a primary game, that's not too bad. So here's a little action for you guys. We'll fight these Ultron bots. And you have some abilities, like there's a portal ability, a snare, and you may be wondering, like, okay, so you're doing some combat over here. How's Doctor Strange going to get his hit points back if he starts running low? Well, my 4 ability over here damages and actually restores hit points when it lands, which is why it's on a reasonably long cooldown over there. For Doctor Strange, what you could do is do that, like, snare first, which kind of groups everybody up. And then either the 2 or the 3 is really good when they're grouped. And if you're getting low on hit points, you do the 4. and you build it back up. As you can see, it uses some of Marvel Future Fight's debuff system where like it calls them grouped up and held together as a snare. And it's also auto-using the potions, which is... oh no, wait, well... Last night, I was in some serious trouble when I was fighting an Ultron Blaster that was absolutely kicking my ass. And I really felt it was actually actively using the potions, because I was watching that timer go off. And like I could see my hit points were definitely dropping. So I think it might have been auto-using the potions over there. So I'm going to get out of this area. Pretty heavy spawns. My girlfriend's cat is licking my arm. So, clicking on the quest will, like, face you in the direction. It will give you a sort of, one of those lines on the ground, kind of like, where's my objective, and in Destiny and Borderlands, you have these crates that you can open. And then, if you click on the radar, or hit M for map, you can bring this up and just fly there. So now Doctor Strange has flight, which is what this little Q is down here. I believe E is a... Not too sure what E is. Maybe a little bit of a dash. And Tab is a dodge. And I don't have my 5th ability locked out yet, or unlocked yet. So you also have these crystals around. It's kind of like loot too. And you get like these convergent particles. When you get to something like this, these are portals around the map that you can click to just go somewhere. But you have to discover them first. So I placed a little bit of a marker there. And I'm just going to go ahead and auto route over there. Even though these guys are red, they don't seem to automatically aggro to you. It's not like an MMO when you're just kind of flying by hostile mobs that they'll jump you. At least these don't seem to be unless I attack them first. So in here should be a teleporter that I haven't clicked yet. Alright, there it is. And we click it, and now it is active for use. It's kind of like a little jump gate. More Convergium crystals. And here is a quest. So this is what a, like, pickup quest will look like. You see that the spacebar button or the main button will turn into kind of a talk button. You have to click the quest over here. If you don't click it, he'll just sit there, or she will just sit there and wait for you to kind of proceed. Don't be confused by it. Click the actual quest down in that little space over there. And you get experience and future coins. So he wants you to get a first aid kit. If you bring up the map, it's probably over there. Now that Ultron Wrecker looks pretty ugly. I'm going to try and see if I can scoot by here and see if these guys don't automatically aggro me here. So far, so good. You can click on an item in the world like that, or you can get close to it and hit your main button. Either one of them will do it. At least at this point, a lot of the quests are just kind of very simplistic. I'm gonna fight this guy a little bit just to see what it's like to do it. It's always nice to know kind of your limits over here, but I'll tell you, you know, Doctor Strange is so AoE based. Sometimes it's very easy to kind of bite off more than you can chew. But mobs do seem to have a leash range there. And just get away from them and they'll let you alone. And there we go. We helped Daniel Garcia by giving him a med kit, and he's still being lazy on the floor. Sometimes they will give you more quests, like a chain. It's called a chain. If you turn something into them or do something that they want, they'll give you another one. But this is very interesting. Oh, it's a new badge. Oh, okay. It's a new badge that will give me hit points, whereas the others had been giving me attack and defense. So, where does he want me to go? He just wants motherboard chips. So, I'm going to assume that... Oh, well, there you go. It's these guys again. So I don't know enough about the game quite yet to say like, oh, you know, what character should I play? Who's easy? You know, who can take a little bit of punishment? I'm not there yet. This is a very preliminary video that I'm giving you guys to let you know, like, hey, I feel like finally got it installed on Bluestacks. Finally got it working. So consider this a first look video over here on G4G. So, I think we've run long enough. Thanks for checking out this video, and I will continue to feature it in coverage on the channel, especially now that I can actually record it on my PC. Thanks a lot, everybody, and have a good one.